We brought someone with us today who wanted to talk to you about some of the current events that are going on and some of the things that affect the LGBT community in northeastern Wisconsin and really throughout this state. Bill Mcconkey is a professor at UW-Oshkosh, and as some of you might know, he is the one who introduced the lawsuit to challenge the ban on gay marriage in Wisconsin. Now, he has some updates for you as far as what the next steps are and where things are going. He's a fierce, fierce advocate for our community. I'd like to bring to the stage Bill Mcconkey.
Andrea is vertically challenged. My mother told me to never talk about sex, religion, or politics. So here I am to talk about all three. Right? I am pleased to see clergy here and took note of the protesters outside. I was raised a Christian, you know. I read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Do you know what Jesus had to say about the LGBT community? Nothing. Not a word. He had a lot of lessons for straight folks, but he thought we were fine the way we were. These guys who want to go back to Leviticus should stop eating shrimp. Now, enough from religion. When the 2006 amendment passed, as a college professor and a constitutional scholar, I was outraged. As the proud father of a lesbian daughter, I was totally pissed off. So I filed a lawsuit in the circuit court to see if we could get that amendment defeated. I did it myself. I didn't have a lawyer. And as such, I could take great liberty with the law. So my lawsuit was pretty strong and pretty powerful. This is what I know and what you should know. The 14th Amendment. I'm going to read it to you. No state shall make or enforce any law that shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States. No state should pass any law that cheats any citizen of any right. Nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without the due process of law. Now, what does that mean to you? In a case in Nebraska, in 1923, the Supreme Court of the United States said liberty included the right to marry, establish a home, and bring up children. That ruling has never been overturned. In Loving versus Virginia, the United States Supreme Court said, marriage is one of the basic civil rights of man. That ruling has never been overturned. In Romer versus Evans in 1996, the U.S. Supreme Court said no state can pick out some group of people just because they don't like them and strip them of their rights. The state was Colorado. You can't do that. That ruling has never been overturned. In Lawrence versus Texas in 2003, the United States Supreme Court said, stay out of the bedrooms of adults. And that ruling has never been overturned. So I filed a lawsuit. The circuit court said I had no standing to bring the lawsuit because I was straight and married. Well, what the hell? They let straight married people vote on the amendment. You can't have it both ways. What a load of crap, very frankly. Now, the circuit court did say I could go ahead and bring a lawsuit because I also claimed it was two amendments in one. It banned marriage, it banned civil unions. The Supreme Court and the circuit court said, well, it's for the same purpose, so it's okay. And what was the purpose? The purpose, they said, was to protect traditional marriage. Well, that's a bunch of crap. What did it protect? Will there be fewer divorces? No. Will there be less spousal abuse? No. Will there be less adultery? No. Hey, by the way, in case you didn't know it, in Wisconsin, adultery is already a felony. And it's on the books. If they ever enforced that, we'd clean out the legislature. Would there be fewer financial difficulties? Would there be less personal incompatibility? None of these things happen. That whole premise is a lie. It's totally a lie. And our Supreme Court just sustained that lie. It was a horrid decision. The amendment is a fraud. And the people who put it on the ballot were frauds. They were lying hypocrites. And I'm going to tell you what I know about that. In 2003 and 4, a group of Republican consultants from Washington, D.C., and I know both of them, came to Wisconsin and said to the Wisconsin legislature, the Republicans, you got to get this on the ballot. Why? It will turn out conservative voters. The whole purpose was to turn out conservative voters. They didn't give a damn about the LGBT community in this state. They used us like political pawns. That was the Republican Party then, and I want to tell you something, that's the Republican Party now. They haven't changed. So what do? We fight back, and we never give up. Now listen to me, I got some specific things that you can do. The court said I had no standing because I was straight. I need a gay couple. I need 20 gay couples. I need some gay couples with the courage to file a lawsuit. You'll have standing. All you need is, and I'll come up with the money to help. All you need is $180 to file the case. You don't have to hire a lawyer. I didn't hire one. The gay community needs to stand up and go to court and never give up. We need gay couples in every county to go to the circuit court in your county and to file a lawsuit. You don't need a lawyer to do it. It doesn't cost you a lot of money. The next thing you do, when the dingbat homophobes stand up in public and say something crazy and evil and mean, answer them. Every email, every letter to the editor, the talk shows, your blogs, cut them down. Their arguments are wrong. Don't let them get away with it. There's an old saying, the madman shouted in the marketplace, and since no one stopped to correct him, the children grew up believing him. If we don't stand up and correct the message of those people outside, these homophobes, people are going to go with them. We got to be heard. Never give up. If something stupid is introduced in Madison or in your city hall, fight it. Go there and fight it. If you don't know how, call me. I'll help you. We got a governor's race. I'm telling you right now, Scott Walker is a homophobe of the worst kind. We need Tom Barrett elected as governor. And make damn sure that Scott Howson is our next Attorney General and J.B. Van Hollen is set home. Make sure that Steve Kagan and Russ Feingold are reelected. We can't afford to lose a seat. In a nutshell, you got to fight like I did. We got to fight like hell. And never, ever, ever give up. Thank you.